Welcome back. A new article from the Free Press details the remarkable reunion between a mother deported from the U.S. last year and her 3 young children. When Maribis Beleño was sent to Venezuela back in August, her kids were left behind in spite of her pleas to immigration officers. But what might be more remarkable is the man who reunited the family after nearly 5 months apart, a longtime Trump voter who supports tough border and immigration law. That man joins us now, Pastor Elias Rodriguez. And you are featured in this report from the Free Press. And a quick note to our viewers, CBS News and the Free Press share the same parent company, Paramount Skydance. Good morning to you, Pastor. How did this mother's story first come to your attention, and why did you decide to act?
Good morning. Good morning to you, Errol, and to everybody that is listening to us. The story of this family really hit home. Being that through this time of issues with immigrants, we've been willing to help in order to be able to provide different needed support for not only the Beleños family, but for other immigrants that we saw that were in need. And through one of those connections, we were able to get connected with Ms. Beleño and find out that her children were in a dire situation. Their aunt that had them, she was going through a medical situation. She was pregnant in a high-risk pregnancy. She was then taken to the hospital. And as a result of that, they didn't have who would take care of these 3 children and 6 others that were in the apartment that they were living. We were then asked to intervene and to be able to be the helping hands for these children. That's how all this story began.
And Pastor Rodriguez, we are also joined right now by Carrie McKean, who is the writer for the Free Press, also joining us from Midland, Texas, and can help us understand the bigger picture here. Carrie, you live in this part of the country, I believe, and had seen the pastor's work. Can you explain how the mother at the center of your story came to be deported without her children, and how that affected her? It's happened to so many people.
Yeah, it was a very astonishing story that I didn't think could have ever happened. I've always heard that people were, asked to sign. In fact, ICE has internal directives that say parents have to approve of being deported without their kids, sign a statement to that effect. So I had always assumed that's what happened. And I never thought to ask, where are the children? And wouldn't have believed it, except I met the kids with my own eyes. And so it sounds as if, we attempted to get a lot confirmed with DHS, and they only responded to questions regarding the mother's criminal history. She did have some petty theft, so she was deported for that reason. But they never responded to questions about where the children were or what had happened to them. And there's no evidence that they followed their own protocol for ensuring that before they deported the mother, that there was a plan in place for the children. And according to her, she said that she had requested multiple times throughout the process that if she was going to be deported, her kids needed to go with her because they had no other permanent legal guardian in the United States. And that was the part of the story that I found most astonishing, and that is happening in other cases as well, is that there's children being left here in the United States without permanent legal guardians. And I don't even know what to say to that.
Right.
Politics aside, that's shocking.
And it has happened under both Democratic and Republican administrations. These children could be permanently orphaned. Pastor, you are a supporter of President Trump and his immigration policies, especially for you as a resident there of Texas. But why did you feel compelled to help this one woman get reunited with her family, and how did you do it?
Well, I have come to realize that the heart of Christ needs to be manifested in our world. And it has nothing to do with our politics. It has to do with our desire to be disciples of Jesus Christ. And through that motivation was that we were able to step in We were called in. We only had a 5-hour window in which the children were going to be left all by themselves. So we decided to travel all the way from Midland, Texas to Dallas, Texas. We were able then to see the conditions in which the children were living. We're able then through the permission of the mother to bring the children to Midland and then be able to have them for 55 days while we would be arranging for their reconnection to their mother in Venezuela. It was a heartfelt situation in which Hope Reunited, we don't want any child to walk through displacement all by themselves. We have been wanting to be able to be the hands of Jesus, be able to help those that are really in a very dire situation. We intervened, and through the help of many other people that helped us to raise funding and to be able to find ways to reconnect them to their mother, we were able to do it during the weekend of Thanksgiving.
A remarkable reunion story there. Carrie McKean and Pastor Elias Rodriguez, we appreciate you both sharing your story with us today. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
And that's it for our